All right, doing a little bit of a follow-up to the video I made some time ago, I think probably a month now at this point, about account advice for future polling plans and to plan accordingly. So currently right now, we are in the Himiko Nova patch, and Himiko is obviously currently the strongest DPS character in the game. At equal investments, she is just absolutely ridiculous, and by the time this video is up, you will seen the damage comparison that an E0 S1 Himiko is capable of doing in comparison to an E2 S1 Silver Wolf level 9s. Actually pretty surprisingly close, which that is good or bad depending on who you ask. Saying that though, what I've done here is I have made the quote-unquote team options that are currently viable and good for players. And this is obviously, you know, it could differ based off your own personal opinion and what you like playing, right? We have Elation, we have the Himiko team, we have a Remembrance team, hyper carry options. I have Anaxa and Finon here in this instance because I do think in terms of the hyper carry option, they are both the most optimal hyper carries. Himiko honestly could just be Astral Express, just to be completely frank. We have the follow-up team right here. We have an Archer team, we have an Acheron team, we have a Break team options, and we have Dot. Now obviously some of these characters can intertwine with each other, right? Sunday can honestly go into a hyper carry composition. Mortonix Blade can literally go into Elation, into Himiko, into hyper carry. Obviously the follow-up Archer, Acheron, all of that stuff. I'm just placing him in this instance for right now. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the characters, honestly, that I believe are going to be the most impactful to summon. And these are characters that you should be pulling because of the opportunity they have to present to you, whether you don't have a team, just starting to finish this team, or want to flush out your roster for endgame content because of the fact that we are going to be needing 3 teams from here on out. So the first option I want to talk about is honestly going to be Mortonix Blade. Saying this as someone who skipped him, it was a completely stupid decision to skip him, but you know, it is what it is. Mortonix Blade is super valuable and a character you need to have. As I said, he can be going into a Himiko team, he can go into a hyper carry, follow-up, Archer, Acheron, even Dot. Honestly, he can fit into so many teams and he is so valuable, being able to provide enemy defense reduction, being able to provide increased damage dealt. He is just super good, and the amount of damage he's able to do is extremely valuable and very good. I definitely think he is the #1 option when it comes to overall value for an account. He's definitely someone that you should be picking up, whether to flush out a specific team or branching out and having more options and ability to create other teams. #2, and this is a little bit of a interesting one, as I definitely think the second best character to honestly get, might be a little controversial, I'm gonna say it though, but it is going to be Yao Guang. And the reason why Yao Guang I think is #2 is because of the fact that look at the other characters we have up here, that being Sparksy, Silver Wolf level 9s, Evan Evanesia, 2 of which 100% are main DPS characters. Third can be a main DPS or even sub DPS, but that's beside the point. An Elation team needs a Yao Guang. That is just end all be all. That needs to happen. If you don't have Yao Guang, the team really falls off tremendously. So I definitely think Yao Guang is the second most valuable character to pick up. Now I know that's really just team centric and focused, but what she does is just absolutely ridiculous in terms of versatility for a Elation team being able to provide what she provides. Now after that, truthfully, it really boils down to what you want to flush out on a team, and how exactly you want to focus on that team building capabilities. So looking over here, Himiko Nova team, obviously we have some options right here. Another option, personally, this is the team I run, For Himiko, she can work as a hyper carry option, but ideally she wants to be working with Astral Express members. If you have an E4 Welt, quite frankly, that is exceptionally good. Get Himiko and Nova. But moving forward, truthfully, it's really difficult. In terms of team compositions, like what are the top teams in the game right now, right? It is going to be an Elation team. Honestly, it really doesn't depend. It really doesn't matter which Elation main DPS you have. If you have one of them, you'll be fine. Himiko team is the best team currently in the game when it comes to survivability, coupled with damage output. The Remembrance team is still extremely good, and they will be getting a new member in Robin SP, because she can slot right in instead of Cyrene, and you can just run this core 4 right here for Robin SP, because she is going to be a Remembrance character. A hypercarry team composition is somewhat starting to fall off as we're seeing more teams getting more centralized and specific for what they're capable of doing. So the hypercarry option is starting to fall off. Obviously, we could possibly see something different in the future, and that could revive somebody like Anoxa or even someone like Finon when it comes to team supporting capabilities. And then Huahua honestly can be slot in anywhere, especially if you have an E1 Huahua being able to provide the energy generation, the attack buffs, and speed increases. Honestly, she can just be slot in anywhere, quite frankly. I'm just having her as a placeholder in the hypercarry option. Follow-up team is going to get some buffs with Aventurine SP. We will use OG Aventurine just as a icon right here. Follow-up team, Aventurine is going to slot in and provide some damage increase, while also being able to provide more synergy, I would say, with the follow-up team capabilities, as most follow-up characters want to constantly be doing more and more damage, outputting damage, and synergizing with the other follow-up characters. Archer team only really works if you would have these 3 characters. Archer and Sparkle separately is still pretty good, but with the inclusion of Rin, this team is going to be absolutely disgusting. Acheron team I'm putting right here because I am expecting Acheron to get buffed here very soon. Zhao Q is going to be getting buffed. Honestly, I think probably next patch or the patch after, he is going to be getting buffed. Mortonix Blade obviously is extremely good. And Cypher being able to reduce enemies defense. This team is very good being able to hyper funnel Acheron. Kind of works as a hyper carry composition, but it's focused mainly on Acheron, with Mortonix Blade being able to provide the sub DPS role capabilities. You also have Break down here. Now Break is a little bit of a weird spot because of the fact that the best team option for Break is literally just these last 4 characters. Buhil being a hunt character is his real detriment. It causes him not to be as good as like a Fei Xiao or like older DPS characters, but the fact that he is hunt severely hampers his overall damage output. Rappa is kind of an interesting case study because of the fact that for like a Dahlia, the best break support character in the game, like this synergy isn't the best in the world. It's not really that great. She primarily focuses and wants to be paired up with Firefly, who is a destruction character, so that overall damage output is exceptionally good. Then finally you have a DOT team, so it's really just these 3 characters until we get another DOT character in the future. This is the core 3. You could take Black Swan out and put other characters in. Honestly, you could put like a Cyrene in, you could put a Donghun PT, you could put other characters in a Remembrance team. But for the most part, like this is the enabling core right here of Heiselins and Kafka. So that is what I would recommend players to do. There's a lot of variety, obviously, depending on how fast you want to be clearing content, right? That's a whole nother discussion. But when it comes to team compositions, this is really what we're looking at with overall teams that you can run that are somewhat viable. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. and even other teams. Quite frankly, you could be running like a Saber Gilgamesh team. That is another possibility. You could be running, when the brand new Robin comes out, you could be running a Goliath. She could make a comeback, but overall, this is what we are going to be looking at.